Alright guys, so here's going to be part 2 of episode 22. Now in part 1 we went from Orange Grove to Washington DC, which is where we are at right now. And now in part 2, which is this video, we're going to be going from Washington to Orange Grove. So let's get started. So now we're heading southbound. Alright, the freeway starts over here. The freeway has started. Now we're going to be going to Orange Grove. Now we're going to Orange Grove. Mentioned in part 1, here's another one of the freeways we're going to be doing in the future episodes, which we don't have that much left. Actually, that will be the next episode. Yeah, that freeway is actually gonna be the next episode. Like, episode 23 is gonna be from New York Bronx to the State Borders Bridge, and we just passed that freeway right now. It was actually that interchange, as I just realized it. That'll be episode 23, and then we got after that one we got 7 more to go, and I really don't know what's next. But I'm gonna try to make a prediction. Let's see. So then it'll be the next freeway that'll be about 18 miles, and then I think that after that one I think my prediction is that episode 24 is gonna be a freeway that starts from the Midwest, like the Badlands, and it'll go all the way to New York Bronx. That's where it's gonna end. That's my prediction, because that freeway is also like another 18 miles. It could be that freeway. I'm just gonna have to see. It could be that freeway, another freeway. It could be It could be that freeway I'm talking about. It could also be the freeway from the Central Plains, which then goes in a loop around Dallas, the Central Plains to, I think it's Orange Grove, no, Pine Island. It can be that one, or it could be a freeway that goes from let's see, where was it, Norfolk? Yeah, at Norfolk to Key West. It could be that one also. Yeah, it could be either one of those 3 freeways. It could be either one of those 3. That's my prediction. It has to be so I'll say it again. My prediction is gonna be the freeway from New York Bronx to State Borders Bridge, or the freeway from the Midwest, the Badlands, all the way to New York Bronx. It could be either that one, or it could be the freeway from the Central Plains to what was it? Pine Island? Actually 4 actually. Or it could be the freeway from Norfolk to Key West. It could be either one of those 4. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say that again. Either one of those 4. That's my prediction. So I have a big chance of being right in this one, since we only have like 8 episodes left. So here's another freeway that we're doing in the future. It's not one I mentioned. It's the freeway from the New York Bay on. This one from New York Bay on to the Texas Panhandle. It could be that one also, but I'm sticking to the 4 I just said. So right now we're headed south to New Orleans, and we are gonna pass Nashville. I don't know if it's Nashville. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure that is Nashville. If not, then it might be Chattanooga, or yeah, it could be that town also in Tennessee. And as you can see, here's the exit that will allow you to go to that town, which I'm pretty sure it's Nashville. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Nashville. So there's the exit that can take you to that town or city, which I'm pretty sure it's Nashville. Now, last stream was at almost 60 minutes. I hope this stream is also about 60 minutes long. Maybe a little longer. And now after this one, we have, after this episode, 8 more to go. Yeah, now we're like in the turning point of the series where we're now gonna reach the longs now. We're not gonna reach those. Look, I feel like we're heading slow right now. In Forest Hills. See that blue truck right next to us, and I think that's a black minivan. Alright, one of those black vans. Just keep heading straight. I don't know what to say right now. Well, we are in space industry. Keep heading straight. Now let me go on the right side, or this side. Here's another exit, which I think it'll lead you to a river, or you can traverse the river. It feels nice heading southbound, doesn't it? Oh yeah, I do want to talk to you about how I divide the crew, the map. So you know, if you know there are 5 states in the crew, right? Yeah. West Coast, Mountain States, Midwest, East Coast, and the South. So here's how I divide those states up into regions. So the West Coast, I divide it into North, Central, and South. So the northern West Coast would be like Seattle. The central West Coast would be like I think San Francisco. Yeah, that would be like in the central part of the West Coast, and the southern part of the West Coast would be LA. Yeah. And the mountain states, I divide it into 4. So I divide it into Northwest, Northeast, Southeast, Southwest. That's how I divide it. The Northeast will be, I think it's Las Vegas. No, I'm talking about the wrong thing. The Northeast would be like that's snowy region, the western part of the snowy region. That would be the Northeast. Like Yellowstone is the Northeast part of the mountain states. The Northwest will be, I would say, Las Vegas. That'll be the Northwest. And the Southwest will be like what kind of, like Kingman? That'll be the southwestern part of the crew, or the mountain states. Alright, I can tell we're reaching the freeway. This freeway goes from the Central Plains to Pine Island. And now we're close to New Orleans. Anyway, southwest I would say Kingman, and the southeast is El Paso. That would be the southeast, El Paso, Texas. I would divide it as the southeast, or make that a part of the southeast. And that's the mountain states. The Midwest, I divide it into 2 sections, north and south. The northern Midwest is I would say the 2 cities, Chicago and Detroit, and the whole area. The southern Midwest would be like St. Louis. And now the East Coast, same. I divide it into 2, north and south. The northern part of the East Coast is more like the main highlands, Acadia, all those cities and towns up in the northern part of the East Coast. And the southern part of the East Coast is New York City and Washington DC. And the south, I divide it into 2, but this time it's not north and south, it's east and west. The eastern part of the south, which is, I would say, the most common, or I go there the most common, is more like Miami and New Orleans also. Yeah, I think it's New Orleans. Or no, I would just say Miami and the eastern part of the south, which is like the East Coast, or the eastern coast, or the Atlantic coast. Yeah. Now we're in New Orleans, Lakeview, New Orleans, and the western part of the south is Dallas. Yeah, that'll be Dallas, and also Amarillo, and yeah, that'll be the western part of the south. So that's how I divide up the crew into, I would say, that's 13 regions. I just said 13. So here we are in New Orleans, and I don't know what those cars are doing, but they're gonna turn anyway. Just keep heading straight. So that's how we divided up the crew into 13 regions. The West Coast is 3, the Mountain States is 4, the Midwest is 2, the East Coast is 2, and so is the South, it has 2. So that makes up 13. 3 plus 4 is 7, plus 2 is 9, plus 2 is 11, plus 2 is 13. That's 13. And as I realize it's raining now. It's not raining. The curve right here. It's raining, and now we're about to reach the Gulf Coast, or we are now in the Gulf Coast. The Gulf of Mexico. Leads that way. And I'm pretty sure this is the Mississippi River. Yeah. Now let's keep heading straight. And now we're about to exit the New Orleans area. Now we're gonna go to Orange Grove. Well, first of all, I think we're gonna reach the freeway, or the freeway from episode 17, which is from the Gulf Coast to Miami. So as I just said, that's how I divided crew to 13 regions. 13. 1, 3. Helicopter above me, and I'll see some birds above me. Now this stream has been 12 minutes so long, and now we got like, I think four more minutes to go. I guess I'm gonna stay on the right side because there's construction on the left side of the road. This car, what is this car doing just standing there? I just took that car. So this is the freeway that I'm talking about that goes from the Gulf Coast to Miami. But we're not heading to Miami, we're going to Orange Grove, which is north of Miami. And I forgot to tell you, in New Orleans, we reached a curve. So instead of going southbound now, we are now going eastbound. So it goes from north southbound to an east and westbound freeway. After that interchange, or not interchange, but after that intersection we had to cross. Alright, and so I know that we're about to reach the end of the freeway. This exit tells me that the road that leads to this entrance exit freeway has to end. And it does. That tells me we are near, like, around the finishing point of the freeway. And this bridge also tells me, I think it's a train track. This bridge tells me that we're also near the ending point of the freeway. And we also have to pass the interchange, which is the interchange leads to the freeway that we go from Norfolk to Key West, which we have not done yet, and we will do it in the future, in one of the future episodes. And we're going to reach that. We're going to reach that. We're almost at the end of the freeway. We're almost at the end. So we're about to reach the end of the freeway. But after, it's not going to be this interchange. It's going to be, we're still going to have some distance to go after this interchange, and then it'll end. So if you go to Miami, you go that way. You want to go to like Norfolk and up to the East Coast, go that way. So we're heading east. To the right of me is south, to the left of me is north, behind me is west. Alright, the freeway, it's about to end. Where does it end? Do not know where it ends, but it should end right now. It ends right... Oh, it just ended. Alright guys, that was episode 22 of the Crew Freeways, and I think it was a good one. And the next episode is going to be from the New York Bronx area to the State Borders Bridge, and it'll actually go around the perimeter of Washington DC and it'll traverse New York City. So I'll see you in the next episode, which is tomorrow.